Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Ryan Ascension. Today I want to talk about monatomic Andara crystals. What are they? Why are they here? What do they do? I don't know. I'm not the be-all, end-all to monatomic Andara crystals. I've only been an owner for 5 or 6 months now, but I can tell you my personal experiences with them have been fascinating, to say the least. Monatomic Andara crystals. This is a huge one, by the way. 260 gram. Absolutely beautiful. It's the highest. These are the highest vibrational crystals in the entire universe. Just in case you weren't aware of that, they look like glass. They call them crystal glass. And just be careful for scammers, because there are scammers that will try to sell you something, 260 gram monatomic for $100. They are a little bit more on the expensive side, but they're well worth it. They're very, very valuable tools, not only as product, as items, but most importantly, tools and keys and ammunition on your spiritual path, so to speak. So I want to talk about what they do for you and my personal experience with them. I had heard the words monatomic Andara crystal about 5-6 months ago, and I really felt compelled to look into it. What is that? Explain that a little bit more. You felt it. I felt it. I moved forward with it. I checked it out. Did a little bit of research. Went on an eBay site, and a certain crystal. I actually got a set of these. It came in a set of 10. Very, very beautiful. And I was completely drawn. There were so many options. I was just, because I had heard you got to use discernment because they're scammers. I was completely drawn to these. Mind you, I did doubt myself a few times whether I got scammed or not. But when I got them, immediately, within the second I held them in my hand, I felt what it is like to feel the highest vibrational crystal in the universe in my hands. And I started to feel better almost instantly. They're pure magic. They're unbelievable. You got to check them out. Again, I want to emphasize, though, the importance of not obtaining monatomic Andara crystals if you're not ready for them yet. It's not something to be looked down on. Everybody's at a different pace in their spiritual development. No one human being is at the same level, the identical level in spiritual development. Everyone's at their own pace. So with that said, if you're just starting out, or you haven't done much crystal work, or you're just beginning to change things in your life or whatever, work things around, I wouldn't suggest getting these, and I certainly wouldn't suggest getting these yet. If you are a person that is not open-minded, if you're a person that's very judgmental and negative, they will cause rapid manifestations in either direction. So unfortunately, they don't discriminate against whether your dominant thoughts are positive or your dominant thoughts are negative. They will manifest whatever your dominant thoughts are. So be very, very careful where you are, and pay attention to what your dominant thoughts are, because I'm telling you, if and think about negative things, it's going to draw rapidly. I mean rapid as in minutes, hours, days. It's going to draw those negative things to you very, very rapidly. Actually, I experienced that on some level. So thankfully it didn't last very long. But if you're someone who is resonating with monatomic Andara crystals, and most certainly if you're a little bit further along in your spiritual path, definitely go out and get some monatomic Andara crystals. And I want to talk about some of the benefits of them. They will tune your frequency to fifth dimensional consciousness within days. They will align you within days, maximum maybe a week. You will be in direct alignment, and it is really an incredible experience. I want to prepare you, though, for what's going to happen, because it's a beautiful thing to be in alignment with 5D. But I will tell you, there's one downside. By obtaining monatomic Andara crystals while you're, again, further enough along in your spiritual path and you feel ready for them, they are almost 100%. They're about 99% awesome, with the exception that they will literally they will help force out and drum up and bring up old negative emotional experiences and old negative emotional traumas and situations that happened to you in the past. And you will be forced to work through those situations to get them out of your system, to get them out of your body. So just be ready to do some serious inner work when you get them. And it's amazing because you can drum up one of those negative emotions and you'll feel it very, very prominently. And you just go through it. When that happens, just don't run from the feeling. Don't run from the trauma, the emotion. Actually, or maybe it's fear. Focus on the feeling at hand, and it will, so confront the feeling, and it will dissipate, especially faster with after you obtain some monatomic Andara crystals. So again, will tune your frequency to fifth dimensional consciousness, if you are ready, to fifth dimensional consciousness within days. I can remember I had first gotten these a while back and months ago, and I got invited and met some new friends, and I got invited, very great people. I got invited over to their place for lunch, and I brought my monatomic Andara crystals with me, and I had them in my pocket. And my new friend said, "What?" Because I was getting ready to show it to them, and they're like, "What do you have in that bag?" I was using one of these guys, and I said, She goes, "I can feel that from here, a few feet away." Monatomic Andara crystals are that powerful. They are the highest vibrational crystal in the universe. They are used to power by extraterrestrials, to power some of their vehicles, to power their systems, quantum computers. They could literally run. It's just amazing what they can do. So here on Earth, maybe those things will come into fruition here in the future for us. I don't know how to do that with them yet, but I will tell you, your frequency will be fast tuned if you're ready. But again, the downside, forced to deal with old traumas, old wounds, old negative situations to get them out of your system, which is a good thing. It can be difficult when you're going through it. The other thing I want to discuss with these is they have amazing health benefits in that they can help you to heal your body. I put 7 of them, the smaller the set, I put one on each chakra occasionally, and it helps to balance out your 7 chakras, balance out your energy. Because you always want to do your best to make sure your chakras are getting, an equal amount of energy, although that's not always possible. But it's a good idea to, and you can do nature to help out with that too, some grounding work. But monatomic Andara crystals will help in a huge, huge way. So we've got the awesome component and the awesome benefit of the health benefits. They can help heal physical wounds, physical damage, illnesses, assist in ridding of addictions that you have or bad habits that you have. When you use a monatomic Andara crystal, what you want to do is stare right into the crystal, being that they are living beings. No joke. Monatomic Andara crystals, like most other crystals, if not all of them, are living beings. Just because we cannot physically see it does not mean that we cannot feel it and we cannot work with those energies. So you want to look at it and stare into it and send in your highest intention into the crystal, and you'll be amazed at how rapidly that develops for you. Now, you want to keep an open mind on your journey because you have where you want to go, so you have kind of an end game result, meaning, let's say you want an island or whatever it is. You want to be open to how it is that you will get there. So you don't want to eliminate, awesome opportunities, or, you don't want to say, okay, it has to be just my own business and that's it. It could just be open-minded and let the universe guide you, and let the universe take you to where it is that you are going to go. Because if you really deep down want something, universe has no choice but to accept your order and to deliver it to you. Again, as long as you remain and have that knowing of that it's going to happen for you, almost as if it's already happened. I feel tremendous. I don't feel any separation personally with what it is that I want in this lifetime. And there's a lot of material things that I want as well. I think there's a lot of things that are a lot of fun in that regard. And for the first time in my life, the last few months, I don't feel any separation from it. So you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll just have, when you get there, you probably may have already had that experience, but you will just be in alignment with it. So again, when you're in alignment, let go of how you're going to get there. Just know that you are going to get there. And in actuality, you are already there. So that's one way to look at it. But back to monatomic Andara crystals, you can channel monatomic Andara crystals. When you first get them, at least for the first 2 or 3 days, keep them on your person at all times, okay? All times, because you are literally aligning with the vibration of the crystals, and in turn it is literally sending you a tremendous amount of high vibration, a tremendous amount of your energy, mostly not physically visible to the human eye, but if you put it on camera, you would be amazed that the sun is out at some of the things that you'll capture and you'll see at different angles. So it's really, really a beautiful thing. These are pure magic. These are hands down the most beneficial tool, external tool to your ascension, to your personal evolution, and they will render what I call first aid. So not one of us is, part of spirituality is imperfection, and an understanding that the more that you know, the more that you don't know. So the more that I learn about spirituality or world matters or what I thought was true in a certain circumstance for so many years, and more wisdom and ancient knowledge, I realize the more I'm learning, literally, the less it is that I actually know. Okay, so that's part of, I guess you would call it, an understanding of spirituality and the divine and all that stuff. It's just understanding that no one's ever going to be perfect. So just make sure that you accept the fact that you'll never be perfect. But where I'm going with it, you can get close to it, but you can't actually be perfect. We're human beings. So by default, there's no such thing as perfection. I'm not even certain there's anything such thing as perfection in the entire universe. It's typically always a flaw or an obstacle with one thing or another. But where I was going with that is that understand that through your journey, we've got all these tools, we have all this great information, we got a lot of light workers, way showers, star seeds, so on and so forth, coming out and giving you this information and talking about it. Just know that you're going to have setbacks. So what I was talking about with first aid is you might be for weeks or a month or even a few days just be in an elevated high vibrational state, and then boom, you can drop. Maybe it's for a few minutes, or start dominant thoughts will come into your mind and try to hold you in a lower vibration. Sometimes those are demonic forces. Sometimes those are just you working through situations in your life to help you align, to help you better with your future. So just know that if you do drop out of alignment, especially for an extended period, I'm talking about dominant thought alignment, meaning I'm very conscious of what I'm thinking about, and I'm not perfect at it, but if I start to realize that maybe for a few minutes or a few days that I'm focusing too much attention on negative things, I'm literally drawing more negativity into my life, and I'm not getting anywhere from it. So, or it's kind of like postponing, where it is you want to go in this life. So these will render aid in that regard. You want to, you start to have negative thoughts consistently, make sure you get your Andara crystals and set your intentions back in the Andara. Ask the Andaras to release the negativity from your mind, from your emotions, and from your body, and to help you realign with what it is that you want in this lifetime. The monatomic Andara crystals will also help you significantly with protecting against psychic attack. They will expand your auric field exponentially. I've heard some say by 100 times, which is absolutely incredible, and I'm not surprised. And you will, one of the really cool things about being in 5D or even high 4 and having monatomic Andara crystals is that people, they don't always know what it is, but they feel on a subconscious level, they feel your energy even from a distance. So you'll know that you're vibrating very high, because people, it's kind of like it's strange. It's kind of like you're a celebrity in some way, in that people will always, they always look at you and be like, whoa, what's that? Because they feel the energy and they don't know how to describe it. They don't know what it is, but their mind's telling them, oh, there's something good or something unique or something different about that person. It's really cool stuff. So again, these will really help you with that psychic protection. It's very, very important. So back to let's just put it out there. I'm going to throw it out there for what it is. The more you work on your spirituality, the more good things are going to occur in your life, and the more negative things you're going to be forced to deal with. The more you're going to realize that the world really isn't what we were told it was, and you just come to the acceptance of that fact, and offer forgiveness for a lot of people. But with that said, you're going to be like, oh my God, I can't believe that this is actually what the reality of the situation is, or you'll recognize that you'll get bombarded psychically and otherwise by negative energies. Maybe some are human. I know a lot of them are not human, and they constantly try to keep you in a state of fear or go against your vibration. And you get to a point where you slip out of that, and it's a weaker vibration. Low vibration, negative energies are much, much weaker than high vibrational energy. So if you're a high vibrational person, you are much stronger spiritually and emotionally than negative or lower vibrational people and or entities. So they'll try to trap you and pull you into their mix psychically and so on and so forth. And you just have to have some defenses in some regard. So monatomic Andara crystals are a good start with that. Again, tune your frequency to fit dimensional consciousness, psychic attack channeling, rapid manifestations. You can cleanse other crystals with them. They love the sun. You can charge water with them, put them in your water, and now you have the most high vibrational water in the entire planet. Can clean your water. So your imagination is the limit for monatomic Andara crystals. With that said, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Thanks.